I'd like to call to order the Town of Mancos Board of Trustees workshop for January 14, 2026. Not workshop, meeting, sorry. We will please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, will the clerk please call the roll?
Yes. Mayor Cindy Simpson?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Brett McWhorter?
Here.
Trustee David Payton?
Here.
Trustee Daniel Hennick?
Here.
Trustee Nick Manning? Here. Trustee Andreas Esparza? Trustee Corey Jabor?
All right. Next item is approval of the agenda. I would entertain a motion in a second.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Next item is audience business, and I just have a brief statement to read before we start. We do it every meeting. Usually there's no one here. So Senate Bill 24-131 prohibits firearms in public buildings with the exception of our law enforcement. All people wishing to address the board shall do so from the podium provided in the room, and all comments need to be directed to the board, not turned around and talking to the audience. Public comments regarding items not on the agenda are limited to 5 minutes per person, unless they're part of a formal presentation. And then public comments regarding public hearing items on the agenda will be limited to 3 minutes per person at the time the item comes up on the agenda. Special presentations of items not on the agenda shall be limited to 5 minutes. The board will appoint a timekeeper. All people from the podium shall clearly and audibly state their name, their physical address, and the town business topic they wish to speak about prior to speaking, and that's just because we have to have an accurate record of the meeting. No person shall be allowed to speak until recognized by the mayor. Requests to the board to accept written information shall be accepted at that time. No action will be taken at the meeting because we don't discuss or make any decisions on things that are not on our agenda. We stick to our agenda. Let's see, written information accepted at the meeting will be provided in the board packet for the next meeting if necessary. So that being said, we have a sign-up sheet, so we'll go through the names on this first, and then we'll see if anybody else wants to add their name to it. I think we'd all appreciate if somebody speaks and you're thinking, oh, that's what I was gonna say. Just say, when it's your turn to say, I totally agree with so-and-so. It'll make it go faster. So anyway, you don't have to, but it's helpful. All right, so Angela Saylor, first one up. And please remember to state your name and your physical address and your topic.
Hi, you guys. My name is Angela Saylor. My address is 13492 Road 33, Mancos, Colorado. Excuse me. On the morning of January 2nd, a friend of ours, a person that both lives and works in Mancos, was detained by ICE via a traffic stop on 160 highway. She was pulled over right after leaving her home in Mancos on her way to a doctor's appointment in Cortez. She was able to make a phone call to a loved one when being pulled over and said, "I've been pulled over. These don't look like real police. the line cut out, and she was kidnapped. It is confirmed that she was detained and is still currently detained. Um, I, I, I am requesting that the town of Mancos make a resolution opposing unlawful and overreaching federal immigration enforcement in our community. This isn't just a big city problem anymore. It happened in Mancos, Colorado. Um, I know that the board, there's a lot of things that the board can and cannot do, but making this resolution is something that you can do. It is in your wheelhouse to do it. And by doing it, you can help make the people of color that live in this town feel comfortable, supported, and seen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next person is Katie McClure.
Katie McClure, 6554 Road 41, just south of town. I want to speak today about what we are seeing related to immigration through news, social media, and recent local ICE actions, detentions, and protests, and why this moment matters here in Mancos. I want to address a mental framework I've been hearing a lot, one that treats legality as the end of the argument. Too often we ask, is this person here legally? When we might instead ask, is this a human being who has lived, worked, and contributed here for years? And does the way we treat them actually make our communities safer and more humane? We've seen legal be harmful before in our country. Slavery, bans on mixed race marriage, denying women the right to vote, and the criminalization of Native American religious practices were all once legal. Legality has never been a guarantee of justice or safety, and people in towns have always played a role in moving us closer to the vision of liberty and justice for all. I ask you to hold this as a vision and a possibility as I go into my next comments. ICE actions throughout the country and here locally, as you just heard, are creating fear in our community. While there are very real and important legal and constitutional questions, the effects go much further. They impact community well-being and the stability of our town. Even when actions may be legal or interpreted as legal, violent, intimidating, or opaque practices cause real harm. When enforcement actions are sudden, violent, unpredictable, or carried out without clear identification or explanation, and because of social media, we are seeing examples of this repeatedly and daily, they trigger fear and survival responses in people. When fear persists, nervous systems respond in predictable ways: fight, flight, freeze, or appease. In communities, this can look like anger and confrontation, unstable homes, withdrawal from public life, silence and disengagement, or compliance driven by fear rather than trust. These responses make situations more volatile, reduce cooperation with local institutions, and increase the risk of misunderstanding or escalation. This is why you, as town leaders, should care. Fear erodes trust, weakens community resilience, and ultimately makes everyone less safe. This is why I support the proposed resolution affirming this town's commitment to lawful conduct due process and minimizing community harm. I also support additional actions within the town's authority: clear policies, warrant requirements for access and detention, staff training, data privacy protections, and coordinated advocacy with other municipalities to ensure that commitment is real, consistent, and enforceable. We cannot control everything that happens beyond our jurisdiction, but you do control how power is exercised here, what standards are set, and whether fear or trust becomes the norm in this town. I have copies. I did a little of AI research, so trust but verify, please. Some things that are within your jurisdiction that I'll hand to you, along with a copy of my comments.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Mark Worth.
Mayor, if I might, I would request that I move back in the order of speakers so that I might present arguments regarding old business rather than the current issue on the floor, and maintain the continuity of the current speakers.
Okay.
That's fine.
Thank
There's
you
only
very
one more.
much.
Yeah, there's only one more person signed up. Veldon Kreitzer?
I'm Valdon Kreitzer. I live at 10455 Road 39, Mancos. And I would also like to say that I agree with Angela and Katie's statements, and I request that the town of Mancos make a resolution opposing unlawful and overreaching federal immigration enforcement in our community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else that didn't get your name on want to speak? All right. Mark, you're up.
Thank you very much,
Yep.
Madam Mayor, for allowing the continuity of that previous comment to go through. It's clearly important to the residents of the town. Respected trustees and honorable mayor of the town of Mancos, I am Mark Worth, resident of Road 43 at 10750. I am before you this evening seeking a fair and reasonable and just easement compensating my wife and me for the use of our land for water diversion, settling ponds, and a pipeline feeding raw water to the town of Mancos. I have here the relevant part of the easement. You guys have seen this, I've presented it to you several times before, but I'd like to read from you here. Shepherds shall have the right to install and receive water from 2 taps from the main flow line of the town. The taps shall be installed by the town, but all pipe and materials shall be furnished by Shepherd. Installation of any pipe other than the tap shall be at the sole risk cost of Shepherd. The taps or taps shall not exceed size permitted by the users of water within the city. Also, any water which the town has or obtains by or through the Memphis River, not needed by the town, may, at such times when not so needed by the town, be used by Shepherd on lands owned by Shepherd, adjoining upon lands the easement is granted or in near proximity. One of them is limited by your need, one of them is unlimited. At the last meeting, we heard from our county commissioner that actually using water is relevant if you want to have the water in the future, years and decades. This system was set up with an overflow. Here you see the engineering from 1960 that allowed 1 CFS to flow over the edge. This made the piping system function. This was part of the engineering that met that paragraph I just read, allowing excess water to flow onto the land. We're going to jump forward 50 some years. This is a photograph your attorney presented to us a while back, showing a tap access that's down at the bottom of this bright blue pipe here. I'm not supposed to show you guys, sorry. And a steel pipe beside it. At the bottom of that steel pipe, you can see the tap tapped into a cast iron pipe. Here you can see that cast iron pipe where it's crossing the field ditch on our property. Here you can see a bright blue pipe that replaced that cast iron pipe. You can see this bright blue pipe looks a lot like this one in the foreground here. That tap goes into the replacement pipeline. This tap under the blue pipe goes into the main flow line. Underneath the steel pipe here, you will find this line here. Now this line here clearly has no water. It is not the main flow line. The pipeline was clearly engineered to provide the ability to meet the paragraph, water unused by the town. Earlier this year, your attorney emailed me and he said, as you have demonstrated, at least 2 taps have been provided to B&B ranches. You claim one is no longer used. However, the town met its requirement to supply 2 taps, whether one of them is no longer in use or not. The town is clearly in breach of the letter of this easement and is undoubtedly in breach of the intent of the trustees who signed this contract. This easement is a contract with the town.
Thank
It is
you.
not a water right. The conservation easement does not preclude a new and just easement. I
Thank you.
apologize for going over time.
Thank you. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. All right, anybody else? All right, we will close the audience business portion and Montezuma County Commission update.
Good evening. Basically, in the county, we still haven't found a road superintendent yet. We have promoted one of the foremen for one of the districts to be the lead foreman and organize our road crews until we get into a situation where we find somebody that will fit for our road superintendent. So that's going on now, which helps. There's been quite a few rumors going around about whether we were selling all of our crushing equipment and whether we were selling all the graders and all this stuff. That's not happening, but we are going to upgrade some of the graders. We got to counting and going through, we have 15. And usually some of these graders were only getting 20, 30 hours a year put on them because we only used them whenever we had really heavy snowfall and the plow trucks can't plow it. That's when we use them most of the time, which they are needed. Whenever we do get in that situation, those years where it is really heavy, we do need them. But I think we can move them around a little better than what we've been doing and not have quite so many. So we probably will do some things to upgrade on some of those, and because some of them are 35, 40 years old. So we're gonna do some things there. Probably not a lot, maybe 3 of them, but we'll probably come back with one good one in place of that. Otherwise, our meetings have been pretty short here lately. Haven't had a lot of stuff going on. There's been other things going on. We've been having the coffees with the commissioners at least once a month. You can come in there and ask us questions. It's off the record, whatever you want to do. And usually we have it on Monday mornings at 10 o'clock there in the commissioners room. The next one will be February the 9th, I believe is the date. We've also been having some town halls in the evenings, quarterly. The next one's going to be this next Monday evening out at the Pleasant View Fire Station. If anybody's interested, it's the same situation. You can come there and ask us anything you want. We'll try to answer. We may not have all the answers, but we'll try to. And if we don't have it, we'll find out for you. The other thing is, I'm sure most of you heard that the commissioner seat that's up this time of Jim Candelaria's, there's 7 or 8 candidates for that position already. So, and I don't know not real sure what's driving all of that, other than the salary has increased a bunch. The state sets the salary depending on the classification of your county, and that goes on population and stuff. So the state sets those salaries, and right now it's $100,000, and what you get paid is what that salary is set at when you are elected to that 4-year term. You end up with that salary for the full 4 years. It doesn't change every year. It stays that same. But I don't know whether it's that amount of money that's driving all of this or what, but you're gonna have a lot to pick from. That's for sure, the way it's going. So, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, it's good as far as that goes, because first time when I served, it was $28,000.
Wow.
So it's changed that much in the last 20 years.
Gerald, do all those folks go on the ballot, or is there a primary?
I don't know. Some of them are going to petition on. Some of them are going through the caucus and the primary.
Yeah.
And well, they'll all go through the primary, but they'll, you know, some of them are going to go through the party caucus and the General Assembly, and some of them are going to petition on, I'm sure. As many of them as there are, because it's going to be a process. But the other thing to bring up to you, and I know I've talked to you about the Colorado River stuff several different times, the Bureau of Reclamation has actually come out with their actual different proposals as to how they're going to operate those two, the reservoirs and the lake and the river, for the next, actually from 27 to, I think they went up to 70 something, 40 years. I think they were going out for 40 years.
Wow.
Is what their proposal to do is. They got some different scenarios there, and you can actually comment on them here for the next, I think it's open for 30 or 60 days. I can't remember which it was, but actually the different proposals that are there, it takes quite a, I mean, I've been starting to go through it. Came out the day before, first I saw it the day before yesterday, and it takes a while to get through a lot of their different proposals that they got in there, and how each scenario will be. And basically the Bureau of Reclamation, I don't know, I may have told you this before, they are the water cop for all the lower basin states.
Yeah.
For the 3 lower basin states. They do not have that authority here. But they do control Lake Powell and the releases out of Lake Powell. The scenarios they got there is to maintain a higher level in Lake Powell than what they've been doing here lately, which is a good thing as far as I'm concerned for the upper basin states, because their proposals are, some of them actually look pretty decent for the upper basin states. Most of their proposals in there has nothing about in their EIS on it as far as the upper basin states at all, because they don't really have control of anything up here other than trying to get some releases from Flaming Gorge and Navajo and Blue Mesa if they need the water to keep Lake Powell up to a certain level. But otherwise, if anybody's interested in that stuff, if they want to see it, why, if they call me, I can send you a link to it. If you're bored and you need something to...
If you can't sleep. Yeah.
Because it takes quite a while to get through it, and it's typical environmental impact statements stuff. So that's about all.
All right.
Thanks, Gerald.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You bet.
Appreciate the update. All right, moving on, we have announcements.
I just want to quickly officially on record thank staff for handling everything for the last 6 or 8 weeks while I was dealing with the family emergency. Just I want that out there on record. You guys did an amazing job, and I really appreciate it. We have our election is coming up in April, on April 7th. We have 3 vacant positions open, and we will have a ballot question. So there will be an election. So anybody, in order to run for a position on the board, you have to be 18, you have to live inside Vegas town limits, not in the 813 town limits, and you have to be registered to vote. So if you know of anybody who's interested, have them call or stop at the town hall.
Is there a thing where they would have had to have lived here for X amount of months or days, or is there any? Oh, okay.
You used to have to live in town for a year, and you couldn't change your voter registration. I think it's 22 days prior to the election.
Oh, wow.
The state has changed it. You can now change your voter registration the day of election, which clerks pushed back hard on that.
That's crazy.
It makes it impossible for us to verify. We are required to verify signatures, and it makes it impossible for us to verify a signature for someone who comes in, changes their voter registration, and then votes because they're not in the Secretary of
Right.
But it is the law, and we will,
Yeah.
what we do is we just do the best we can. If we have any questions, we call some.
Yeah. What about candidates though? Do they have a residency
They must
requirement
live in town
for a year prior? Okay. Okay.
So anybody who's interested, if you know anybody who's interested, if anybody is, in the audience is interested, please feel free to pop into town hall anytime. We have packets ready, and we have a little spiel that we go through, and then we're happy to answer questions or provide training or whatever necessary. Sorry, I thought it was. Naomi Rice is running for House District 59. She has reached out to the town and asked to be on our agenda, so she will be doing a short presentation at the next board meeting. Any other candidates for office who reach out to the town will be afforded that same opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to be reaching out to candidates, but if they reach out to me or to staff, we will place them on the next agenda, and they will have the opportunity to offer a short 5 to 10 minute presentation to you all. And then if you have any questions, you can ask them. So she will be here on the next agenda, which is January 21st.
I think she pronounces her name Reese.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
So sorry. Okay.
No, it's okay. I've known her since 1996.
Okay.
Yeah, you would know.
So,
The Vegas School Board, I met with the new superintendent yesterday, and we are wondering if the town board and the school board would like to get together at the next school district meeting on February 9th at 5 to do our annual joint workshop where we just kind of get together. You guys meet the new board members meet you, you all can meet Audrey. If you are available on February 9th at 5 o'clock, please let me know, and Audrey and I will schedule that and then get back to you. This will be in the district office this time because they came to us last time.
yeah. Yeah. What time? 5?
p.m.
Yeah.
On which day?
February
The 9th?
February 9th.
Monday the
It's a
9th?
Monday.
Are you all letting me know now, or do you want to?
I'm good.
I'm sure.
I can meet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may not be able to make it. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you send an email to Corey and Andres.
So Cindy is a yes. Daniel's a yes. Brent?
Yes.
Nick?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so on the notice, because there's 3 or more of you, I will also notice a public meeting, and I will reach out to the 2 absent board members and work together with Audrey to schedule that.
Okay.
And then you will be asked to appoint the new Mason Library board members at your next meeting. That will be in the packet. You'll see that. That's just standard business. We have an agreement with the library district. Anytime they appoint new board members, you will ratify that form. And that is all I have.
Cool. All right. Any other staff have updates? No. Anybody up here have other updates? Okay. All right. Moving right along. We will go into our consent agenda, and just for the record, items on the consent agenda get approved in one motion. For all of them are incorporated into. They're typically the non-controversial things. So we have tonight the December bills and claims and the Region 5 2025 year-end update that you put together, right, Heather?
Region 9.
They do,
I
okay.
did not sit on that committee.
Okay,
So their executive director said that to me.
perfect. It's very informative.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I would look for a motion to approve the consent agenda item. Motion in a second.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second?
All right, we have a motion in a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. On to our discussion and action items. So first we have Resolution 4, Series 2026, the 2026 municipal election.
Yes, we have been talking about this for about 8 months. Our calendar has started, candidate packets are available, and now I'm asking the board to officially authorize a mail ballot election and authorize the town clerk to appoint election judges.
All right. Yeah, any questions? Okay. Then I would look for a motion in a second.
I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution 4, Series 2026, a resolution of the Board of Trustees of the Town of Mancos, Colorado, designating the April 7th, 2026 regular election a mail ballot election and authorizing the town clerk to appoint election judges.
Second.
All right, we have a motion in a second. Will the clerk please call the vote?
Yes. Mayor Pro Tem Brett McWhorter?
Aye.
Trustee David Payton?
Aye.
Trustee Daniel Hennett?
Aye.
Trustee Nick Manning?
Aye.
All right, thank you. Resolution passes. Next item is adopting the 2026 work plan.
So this item, staff starts preparing this in third quarter of the year before, so we started talking in third quarter 2025. The board saw these items at their fall retreat and gave us some feedback. And then honestly, I've added and changed a couple of items as things have come up over the last couple of months. But this is the work plan that each department will follow for 2026 with the large items or items out of the ordinary. This isn't our daily routine. And it is subject to change based on board feedback, community feedback, if there's any laws that get passed that we need to switch. So for example, recycling is going to be a topic of discussion and staff will be spending some time on it, but it's not. So I don't know if anybody has any questions on the work plan, if the board has anything that they would like us to reprioritize, anything that we missed that you want us to add, or anything that you look at this and say, we didn't want to work on that.
I have one question.
Yes.
Under the Public Works Sewer Water, didn't we already replace the fence that was in the front?
Part of the fence.
Part of the fence? Okay.
Fence.
So we're phasing it?
There's a new fence in the front, there's an automatic gate in the front, and then that was done by a contractor. Public Works staff is, as time and weather permits, they are working on fencing the entire.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So
That's nice.
Just wanted to make sure it wasn't just left on there or something, so.
Yeah, and that will stay on there, because
cool.
as time permits, it'll.
Perfect, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. See if we can prevent the trespassing. Yeah. Let's see. It seems like I had a question, but I do not remember what it was.
This is a living document, so if things come up during the year and you want to revisit this item, just let me know and I can place it on the agenda.
Yeah. Sewer vac truck. Those are fun.
We're desperately in the sewer vac truck.
Yeah.
So that's a priority.
All right. Any other comments? All right. I would look for a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion to adopt the 2026 work plan as presented by staff.
Second.
All right. We have a motion and a second. Will the clerk please call the vote?
Mayor Pro Tem Brett McWhorter?
Aye.
Trustee David Payton?
Aye.
Trustee Daniel Hennett?
Aye.
Trustee Nick Manning?
Aye.
All right. The work plan passes. Thank you all for your efforts putting that together. We really appreciate it. And I know sometimes we ramble and it's hard to discern exactly what we're asking for. So I feel like based on the comments tonight, you did a great job figuring it out. All right. So items coming up for the January 21st, 2026 meeting. We've got, yes. Oh, geez. Thank you. I didn't even catch it. Thank you. All right, so for January 28, 2026 meeting, we've got a workshop half hour to be determined. Consent agenda will have the December 10, 2025 minutes and the minutes from tonight. And then 2027 through 2032 capital plan adoption. And then we'll have a resolution, the number to be determined. And then that will cover the fee in lieu of land dedication, and that's related to the rules around developers donating school land. And what can happen if we don't have a fee in lieu is you get all these tiny little bits of land all over town, and the school can't do anything with them. So that's why we do a fee in lieu, and that's a pass-through goes to the schools. Anything else? Oh, we have Naomi. Okay. Anything else that we want to see on the agenda? Okay, all right. I will adjourn the meeting
So moved.
at, oh yeah, I guess. Okay, we have a motion, so I'm
You're just so
adjourning
used
the
to
meeting.
him.
I know, get quicker, what's the matter with you? He's tired, he's a second off his timing. So I will end the meeting at 6:37.